Hello guys and welcome back to King Aegon II's War of the Conquest. I'm Nihilism and we're dealing with some fallout over our little war that we just had. It was a very minor war where we were able to defeat Sweetport Sound and Driftmark. And, well, we've already kind of punished them, as it were. Valerian's been allowed to bend the knee, but his son, his sole son so far, Lucerys, has been sent to my court, where he will be raised by myself. I want him as my personal ward. There you go. King Aegon. And, Sweetport Sound, I've said, is going to lose his title more than likely. So, I do need to change the realm authority to do that. I just remember that. And we are already in the process of doing that, changing for limited realm authority. Another suggestion one of you tossed out was to make good old Lionel Langward the Lord of Kingswood, since it's not the de jure High Lordship, but Kingswood is just this little area over here. You know, it is connected, it wouldn't cause any bad borders or anything, and I'd be completely fine with that. So what I need to do to get that is get one of these titles, and I don't think there's anyone I can justly imprison and revoke the title. If there's anyone I'm looking for, it's the Pyle lady. She's married to an Appleton, the heir to Adadale as well as Appleton, so that's not good. That's certainly someone I might want to take the title from. Lena Bywater's young, and finally Lord Mickle Greensward, also very loyal, but I would like to give him something. And if the opportunity arises, I most certainly intend on giving him the High Lordship. Another option I've kind of thought up is maybe I could reward his family. So give one of his brothers, be it his trueborn brother, an heir right now, Garen Langward. It looked like he might actually inherit the land, so I don't know. Or his bastard brother, Robert Langward Crown. Okay. Sweetport Sound. And I think that sounds swell to me, especially if I give it to Robert. His daughter's married already. I want to give it to him, the bastard brother, but I don't know. Do you have he doesn't have a friend who's unlanded either. So, I mean, I really don't know how I'm gonna do that with Sweetport Sound, who I'm going to give it to. I could give it to one of my courtiers. There's the Boar, there's Thin Fire, sorry. Thin Flame. We have a couple of guys to give it. Aegor Thin Flame is he's a pretty good person to give it to, right? He'll be de jure under me. Dragon Rider. Married to his scales as well. So keep that Westerosi Valyrian blood pure. And since this is King's Dragonstone, I think this is meant to be held by a High Valyrian, if you know what I'm trying to get across here. The High Lordship of Dragonstone should have mainly High Valyrian vassals, you know, like you have with Valerian, and then you have with pretty much most of the other guys, be it Boris Scales, Westerosi Valyrian, Valerian as well. I don't think he is Sharppoint, no, Stormlander, and you have the Celtigars as well. So, I might just give that to Thin Flame, actually. For now, let's put these men down. How's this war gone? Because I have completely checked out from this. Okay, send you there. Let's win that battle. Where are my commanding men? Driftmark. No, thank you. Travelers bring rumors of fire and blood. They say that dragons live once more, and that Necessa Lodares now rides Tallfire into battle. So there's another Valyrian taming Tallfire. It's just become kind of the Mantarian dragon, I suppose, which is pretty cool. That they have their one dragon they share between their cripples and inbreds that haven't turned out like our inbreds. Reappoint the old council. Just gets commander. Pick a new ambition. I think for now will be to become a knight. It's a nice little status thing, right? And since he is a squire, I do think he wants to prove he's a man, and I think being a knight is the best way to do that. Lionel of Langford Hall tells me that Terios is preaching a false religion. How should I respond? Let's expose and denounce her. Am I? I trust Lionel completely, so I believe that she's doing this. So it's really, how do I react as king? I'm rather kind, but I'm deceitful and diligent, so I'm going to do something, I think, unless it doesn't really benefit me. Now, preaching her false religion isn't great, especially with the peasant unrest we already have here. Religiously, you know, that led to the death of my sister. It's caused a lot of problems, and I don't know that it's beneficial for the new king to have a woman preaching about the Tyroshi gods in the capital. So let's expose and denounce her, just kind of as a... Ooh, we can demand her religious conversion. I think this is very cunning. Right? We let her stay, which is somewhat kind, I suppose. And I think, in a way, we're just asking her, you can publicly be of the faith. Right? So we don't want her to publicly exhibit trios and, well, continue to speak out about them, like she has obviously done. And that's mainly due to the death of our sister Danes and the problems that the city of King's Landing is having with religion. So I think that makes sense. Very drawn out explanation where I lost my train of thought a lot, but I think it makes sense. This, and if she says no, I'll just kindly ask her to leave the court. I think that's a decent option. I'm not imprisoning her or anything. So I think this is a kind and deceitful way to do things. Command to end war, banish him to Night's Watch. No, no. No to either of those. Ah, your grace, I will of course obey your will and convert to the faith of the Seven. Henceforth, consider me a true believer and faithful bannerman. You're not that, but good for you. Signed, in the sight of the gods. Good job there. Terios Adares. So she is officially converted to the faith, which I think will be very beneficial to her kids as well. She is the mother of one of the Durandon girls, as well as, what was it? A bastard. Huh. Half-sibling of the Durandon because of her, and of a Pentoshi. Limited realm authority has passed, so that's really good. Need to get medium as soon as we can possibly pass it. 5th to the 6th moon, 20 years. We can wait that long. Low faith authority, they don't like that we pass something, and it will take them 100 years. Oh no, that's the high septon, sorry, and that's low faith authority. Limited realm authority just gives a constant -5, it looks like. Increased crown authority, that's what I was looking for, which lasts 5 years. Okay, we can deal with that. Most certainly. There you go. Send you back. We've beaten the wildlings again. We need to get crowned. And we can do that once we finish this war. Auden Bridges offers to teach you a game called Savas that he learned from some merchants at the inn. He's spending too much time with foreigners, he should know better. I'd be delighted to test my wits in this game. I'll go to the inn and study this game in secret. One of these two, I think. Don't think it's a particularly... This just seems kind of rude to spurn him when he's asking just if you want to play a game. So I don't think he's going to do that. It does seem a little deceitful to maybe study the game in secret to get the upper hand on Auden. So let's do that. You watched the merchants playing in the common room at the inn. Things were going well until one accused the other of cheating. A fight broke out and you barely managed to escape with your life and dignity. Worst of all, I lost to Auden in Savas. 5% chance of wounded. We didn't get it, thankfully. Prince Jaehaerys is of age now to get an education focus. The only one he seems to like is playful. Sure, I'll let him do that, why not? Get a kid trained in intrigue, since he is being taught by Lionel. He's been a little bit of a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie. Jaehaerys has not turned out well. Hopefully me and Molian can have some better kids. Important prisoners, who do you have? Yeah, give me the prisoners. Council job change. Well, you'll get over that -10, because you don't like me too much for Lord Commander. You're at war with Dorne for increased council power. That's none of my business. Let's see these prisoners. Dilly Knightsbane, a 1-year-old wildling. Her mother is a pregnant wildling. Now, wildlings, she's pregnant, she's a 1-year-old. So I'm not going to kill him. I'm not a particularly cruel king or anything. I'm not going to release him into my lands. I'm going to send them back across the wall, I think. Yeah, I think that sounds fine. Get them both out of there. Commander Jacaerys Valerian of King's Landing tried to catch the dragon Volan and failed, so my stupid grandfather has tried to tame a dragon, it appears. And this is Volan, my father's old dragon. Shame that she has no new master, but it's not going to be you, Jacaerys. When will it strike next? It is built a lair in King's Landing after escaping from Commander Jacaerys. Something must be done about it. What quality of education would you like to purchase for your brother? I'll spend highly to get Prince Jacaerys the best equipment possible. Let's have a look at my cousin, though, because he's second in line to the Iron Throne. How's Jacaerys doing? I might have to change his childhood focus to faith, actually. And I will. Because this R'hllor business, your father's dead at this point. Your mother's a believer in the Seven. I can't have a Targaryen believing in a foreign religion when it got my sister killed for not even doing that. Just the idea of that. So I think Aegon's going to be very cautious and have his cousin, I was going to say nephew there, cousin focus on a proper religious education, I suppose you could say. It's time to organize a coronation ceremony. Time has finally come for me to officially be recognized as King of the Iron Throne. In order to do this, I'll need the support of the faith, but convincing authoritative members will neither be easy nor cheap. To begin the preparations, I should find a priest willing to crown me. Only the High Septon is fit to crown me, of course he is. He's the only man who can do it. The bushy-eyebrowed one. That's a good nickname. I like that. To King Aegon of the Iron Throne, I shall be glad to recognize your divine right to rule as soon as you donate what is due to the faith. So he wants a little donation. I know how the intrigue works. Very well. Now that I have a distinguished member of the faith to officiate my coronation, I must decide how much do I wish to spend for the ceremony leading up to it. I don't have any loans, right? Good. So it shall be an extravagant ceremony. I mean, it's the crowning of Aegon II. This is a big deal. Only a few more days remain before I'm crowned king before the gods and all my subjects. My court is filled with distinguished guests, both vassals and foreign dignitaries, come to bear witness to this fundamental moment of my reign. Such a lavish ceremony is a rare spectacle to behold, even amongst royalty. It'll never be soon enough. Lord Ronald decided to pick a fight with me during tonight's feast. For whatever reason, he's come to the conclusion that I am an ungrateful hypocrite. You picked a fight with me in my coronation feast. What? Excuse me, sir? I'm sure I can settle this matter. Yeah, why not? With diplomacy. And I did, and we're no longer rivals, so... Aegon's a good diplomat. Good to him. This guy doesn't like me. I don't like him either. He's good friends with my brother, though. I was thinking of sending him away. If he's good friends with my brother, then I suppose I have a couple of friends as well. Ulf Harlow became a good friend of mine. It's really nice. Let's have him be taught now by Sir Mace the Boar in his late years. We'll teach him martially against his timid education, because we can't teach him zealot learning, and that's the only thing that has a bonus for him. I'd sooner the Ironborn know how to fight. Or I suppose his father is Master of Laws. He is a kind of Faith of the Seven Ironborn. He is my friend also. Let's keep him a similar education to myself. Let's make his father his guardian. This morning, a curious visitor came to my court. He is a wandering knight who traveled to King's Landing after hearing news of my upcoming coronation. He has proclaimed that he wishes to pledge his sword to my service. He is ready and eager to serve a king as wise and renowned as I am to his death. You're welcome, of course. Yeah, why not? I'll welcome it, I think. Don't know who I just welcomed, but I did. Ooh. Good party music. I like this. That was nice. That was neat. Who do I still have up? Of course. I kneel before High Septon the 15th as a host of lords and knights surround us in complete silence. His Holiness the High Septon blesses me as he prepares himself to place the crown upon my head and proclaim me King of the Andals, the Roynar, and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm. I am finally and truly king, so I get a boost in prestige and piety, and I get a monthly prestige bonus as well as vassal opinion for the next 20 years. All very nice stuff. Vassal opinion for 20 years is especially welcome. We'll definitely keep the increased crown authority thing held in check for the next 5 years. Because now it's really just a -5 modifier. There is an independence faction, though, by Ulf Harlaw. But a crown loyalist faction as well. What is this for? Hold a tourney. Maybe. Soon enough. Not just yet. I have Blackfire, right? Yeah. Peasants of King's Landing are slowly starting to respect my rule again. I should never let my treasury go negative. So it seems we're getting rid of a lot of debuffs we had here. Your Grace, I humbly ask that you intervene on my behalf against the aggression of Lord Freeholder Ryan Semaine, who is invading my lands in obvious contravention of the peace of the realm. I would be eternally grateful for your support in this matter. Yours, Lady Paramount Dacella of the House Martell. Thanks. Take that under consideration. I have to have the council vote on it because diplomacy. I will want to change this soon. Like, right after this soon. Ridiculous. I'll vote in favor. Yeah. For this in the council meeting. The vote on whether to command Lord Freeholder Ryan Semaine to end his war against Lady Paramount Dacella Martell has been taken. I veto this. Issue the command. Oh, I get a veto. That's really cool. Oh, no, that's two. Thought I got one free veto. I was like, wow, that's great. But no, it just increases my tyranny by 10. They all voted against except for me. So I suppose I have to. But with that said, let's change this. Usurp the title of the Lord. Well, well. Edmund Tully has taken Casterly Rock from himself from the Keith family, which held it for the longest time. It helped them get Seaguard. He's taken it for himself now. And it could be a new capital for the Riverlords. These past few weeks, Lord Jared has been drilling me in the use of sword and lances. The instruction has been hard and stern, but my prowess has increased. He's a fine teacher, and I've actually become a skilled fighter. So Aegon II is a pretty good warrior as well as a good diplomat. He's a very well-balanced king, which I think is really good. Huh. I mean, he's the greatest fighter I think we've had since Aegon, which is not saying too much. Aegon's son Aerion was a pretty good fighter, despite being a cruel man, though he was a craven. They've approved the institution of ruler diplomatic sovereignty. Good. My King's Guard member, Sir Roland the Red Swordfish. Roland Barrowman has died. That's a little sad. He died of severe stress. Though some time now has passed since my coronation, the good people of King's Landing are still in a festive mood. Glad to finally see their king's status be recognized by the faith. It would be nice to see my subjects continuing to celebrate my rise to the throne, if it were not for the fact that they were also using this as an excuse to work less. Meh, let the rabble have their fun. Lowers the tax modifier by a little, or get back to work. Yeah, let them have their fun. Taxes are fine right now. We'll do that. Knights from powerful houses. Uther Breakstone looks good. A giant, a skilled fighter besides, and a commander. Son of Desmond Breakstone, the heir to Goldtown. Interesting. Why are you the heir to Goldtown? How does House Breakstone have control of Goldtown? Have I seen this before? This seems like a kind of thing that... Lord Morton of Goldtown. He is High Lord of Goldtown and Lord of Breakstone. Lynn Grafton died. He was... There's 2 Graftons still alive, though. I was going to say he's the last Grafton, but he wasn't. Oh, so there's a woman, Mia Grafton, the granddaughter of Lord Alistair the Silent. So who would be the direct heir? And then Alistair's... What is this? His 5th born and 4th born daughter, Alana Grafton, who is 68 years old. Her children are Dairies. Mia had no children. And so, naturally, that actually the lordship went through Alistair... None of Alistair's daughters... No, they all had children, so it's interesting to me that Goldtown didn't pass through his daughters to one of their kids, like the Stokeworths, maybe. Could have gone to House Stokeworth easily. Right? You could say it's a more direct claim, or even here, Aaronford has probably the most direct claim out of any of them. Instead it went through Alistair's 2nd sister, not Pollyanne, and the Waynewoods, because they don't have a direct heir. Right? Yeah, they had Lynn rule for a bit. He was a Grafton, too. But they had instead through Ellenae's line, and it went to House Breakstone. Interesting. So they're now High Lords of Goldtown, and I could give Uther Breakstone a place in the Kingsguard. He's the future heir to Goldtown, I believe. No, his brother's older. Okay, and has an heir. Samuel Manwood, also here. Ugly man refusing marriage, so he might want... No, it's for different reasons. He's a trained fighter, ruthless, pretty decent, nothing special. He's the heir to Kingsgrave. And Orton Kidwell, who's 71, although a formidable fighter and brave. But he's 71. Uther Breakstone. Step forward, please. It would be the highest honor to serve in my Kingsguard. Sir Uther's friend, Lord Morton Breakstone, looked on with pride as the newest knight of your Kingsguard swore his vows. The Lord of Goldtown is his cousin, I believe? No. A slightly more distant kinsman. 2nd cousin or something. And they're good friends, and he's glad that Uther's joined my Kingsguard. I am too. He seems like he'll be a very apt warrior. Now, I was looking through the Targaryen kings we've had so far and their fighting prowess. Aegon wasn't a warrior. He could handle himself with a sword, but he never even got to be a knight, you know? He wasn't great. Ooh, what's happened here? Open council position at Lord Treasurer. Did Morris Brune died? He died of depression. So Pete Hardy is the most qualified man, it would appear. Yeah, Pete Hardy, congrats. You're in the small council. Collect some taxes. Aegon never got to be a knight, that is true. Aside from that Vakar, who ruled as king for a bit, he was a good warrior, but again, he was a maester, you know? Swordsmanship was kind of a secondary thing to him. Aegon was a good warrior, but he was a craven. Then you had Valerian, who was... he wasn't good at much. He's kind of like this history's version of Maegor, I think. Travelers bring rumors of fire blood. They say that Daenal has escaped the dungeons of Aegon Targaryen. So he's tried to tame yet another dragon. And it hasn't worked again. He tried to tame his friend dragon again. And once more it hasn't worked. He's run a Mantares. And Jacaerys Valerian, my grandfather, has tried again and has managed to tame Volon this time. So he has done it. And he is a dragon rider. In truth now. Let's make you Master of Horse. You can be High Almoner. And we're in need of a new commander. Which will be... Oh god, you're really good. We have some good commanders now. Lord Commander should be here. Thin Flame. These are all really good commanders. Who do I replace with a Dragon Rider? Edmund, I suppose. Your training as a squire under the tutelage of Lord Jared Staunton is nearing its end. You've learned how to care for and use weapons, armor, and horses, as well as about chivalry, and now Lord Jared deems you worthy to be proclaimed a knight. So my master-at-arms has finally deemed me worthy, as I near my 18th birthday, to be knighted. I will be brave and true, and Aegon II has become a knight. Your bannerman, Lord Jared Staunton, has decided you are worthy of knighthood. You kneel before your bannerman, and he proceeds to tap your shoulders with his sword. Aegon of the House Targaryen, in the name of the warrior, I charge you to be brave. In the name of the father, I charge you to be just. In the name of the mother, I charge you to defend the young and innocent. In the name of the maid, I charge you to protect all women. In the name of the seven, I charge you to be just and honorable. Thank you, my lord. I will. Aegon II is officially a knight. So, that's really good. We finally got that done. He's the first Targaryen king in ages to be a knight, right? Was Vaker a knight? Oh, really? Maester knight. That's pretty cool. Aerion was a knight. Valerian was? Oh, so they've all been knights except for my father. Cool. That's status for you. See the realm prosper, I think is what Aegon wants now. We have changed a lot of policies already to favor the ruler. So a lot of reforms enacted during Aegon II's reign to make sure that the king has more power. Your Grace, my mission to Driftmark has so far been a success, and Lord Valerian likes me. Good. Keep trying to convince him more, because I do want the Valerians to be good friends of mine. Hereby invite you to participate in the Tourney of Rook's Rest, where the best knights and lords of the Crownland shall be invited to compete. Yeah, I'll do it. It's a chance to prove my worth. I've finally been knighted. It's my first real tourney. I'll do it. Great celebrations that surrounded my coronation concluded a while ago, but the trade and wealth they have brought to King's Landing are still lingering, an unexpected consequence of my generosity. Outstanding. So we get flourishing trade, increasing our prosperity. Winter has come, apparently. I never notice when winter shows up. I always just skip the whole event as fast as it shows up to me, and really never pay it much attention. I'm pleased to report the majority of Oldcastle has converted. Huh. Recent conversion of Oldcastle to the faith of the Seven has caused great unrest in the unfaithful parts of your realm. Both noble and peasant alike feel threatened. They'll understand eventually. Bywater is still of the old gods. So, should we maybe try to convert him? Who's my Septon? Septon Clayton. I think he might have already been there. But, well, now we know for sure. Jaehaerys become a poor fighter, but gluttonous. After arriving in Rook's Rest, the first day of the tourney began in earnest. You tilted against many lesser knights throughout the day, most of whom you unhorsed easily. Now in the coming days, the final round of lists begins, and the opposition shall surely be more fierce. I've read this a ton of times. You all know it by this point. Tourney Herald announces the competition in the next house. Be drawn against Lord Beric Chelstead. He's a trained fighter, as well as deceitful, so he's a decent fighter to witness. Ooh. Oh yes, my child modifier is gone, so I'm actually at 80 personal combat skill. Steady. Don't think I'm going to try to persuade him just yet. I think I'm going to take my first journey like a true knight. You know, honorable and brave and all that jazz. Not going to persuade someone to fall with coin just yet. Leave the Laura stuff for later on. As you close in your opponent, you see an opening. You deftly guide your lancers to strike whilst evading their charge. Hit, and I did it. My first joust, and I expertly struck Beric in the chestplate and in the breastplate, and immediately knocked him off his horse. So, there goes the Lord of Bramsford. Tourney Herald announces the competitors of the next joust. I've been drawn against Lord Emmon Mallory, who is brave, but not a good fighter. So should be another easy target for myself. Hit, and a fine hit again. Now I've been drawn against Sir Benifer Corn, visibly younger, and a lot stronger apparently. Trained fighter, he's a duelist as well. This will be a tougher opponent, so let's have a look. Opponent got the better of you when you met in the center of the lists. Oh dear. Come on. No, he got me. So I've been eliminated by Sir Benifer of Fairy Keep. There is always next time. Whilst at the tournament, I was listening to some lesser lordling describe how he collected tithes from his serfs. As I listened, I realized he was giving his serf plenty of ways of avoiding to give their due. Kept this knowledge to myself. So that's extra stewardship. Really nice. Your bannerman, Lady Paramount Dacella Martel, has been captured by Sir Oleg Florians of Southmere and taken a will. So she's lost her war. And that's increased council power. Yeah. Sir Theo Bareman and Sir Benefer Corn were next to Joust in the lists. After many tilts, Sir Benefer was unhorsed, leaving Sir Theo to be declared the winner. Apparently not without pain. And is this the final? No, Mace Borley's still there. He's unhorsed Lionel Smallwood. So Sir Mace, doing his job. Lots of peasants have been moving to the county of Dragonstone lately. Your master of coin, Pate Hardy, suggests building new roads in order to make it easier for the peasants to reach the central holdings. He insists that in doing so, the county would become more prosperous. I will let Sir Pate oversee the construction. Now, I completely forgot Sir Mace was unmarried. He could be a member of my Kingsguard. Duh. He's a little older than what I would want. Basically just because I don't see a member of the Kingsguard dying too soon. Actually, maybe the Lord Commander could die in a little bit. Lester Hill's up there in age. He's got cancer. I don't know. It's just, he looks like he'll be appointed in his 50s. And I think Mace might just be better suited to be a house serving us. Right? We could land them. Thin Flame I'm planning on giving Sweetport Sound to. And I think that's a pretty good reward to him. Direct vassalage to the High Lord of Dragonstone. I think that's really nice. So what do we do with Borley? I think we could give his house the other title in the Kingswood. The title I'm planning on taking to form the High Lordship and give to the Lord of Langward. There'll still be one lordship remaining, right? The one I take, and I think I give that to House Borley. And they'll serve under the Langwards. I think that sounds nice, right? But for now, you need to get married and extend your line a bit, dude. For now, you'll just serve as kind of the leader of my personal guard or whatever, I guess. Just another sword in my employ. Pretty good one, too. It's an errand girl for you to marry. Ooh. Above your pay grade. Come on, let's find someone suitable. Aegon, that's a really good marriage, and of the Reach, too. After years of careful planning, Roose Farwin from the court of Lord Harold of Nettlemont has raised a large army of exiles, and he is trying to take part of the Stepstones, like they always do. Taken Ironwood as prisoner. And Mace Borley has actually won the tourney, unhorsing Sir Theo Bareman in the final tilts. Congrats to House Borley. Accept your suggestion that they get married. Good. So he won't be in the Kingsguard. If any of you had your hopes up for that, I'm sorry, because, well, basically he's just a little old, isn't it? I mean, he could serve, but it would never be Mace in his prime. I feel like I missed the opportunity to do that. And I think House Borley would better serve us now by just being a loyal house. So let's change these colors, actually, because the white boar was supposed to be a Kingsguard thing. And we'll make it, I think it's green and black, isn't it? The colors of the Kingswood. That looks like a really neat sigil, too. Yeah, I think that looks really cool, showing where they're going to go. Jared's tourney is finally over, and it's now time to ride home. So we finished our first tourney. That was nice. How are the Stepstones going? Roose is actually invading the other Ironborn king. Roose, Farwind, is invading King Roose Ironfoot. These Ironborn aren't very smart. And why haven't you taken any land since your father crowned himself king? Don't understand them trying to become pirates. They don't do a good job of it. You could have taken something, surely. But I digress. I'm going to end this episode here. We've done great diplomacy. We've really shorten the council's hold on matters of the realm, really, just in general. So you can see everything is back to the ruler. We just need to abolish council power, how it should be. Absolute power to the king, obviously. And aside from that, we need that medium realm authority. I really never go higher than that, I don't think. And we can do that, how long now? 19 years. Aside from that, Aegon's officially a knight. He's a knight. He went to his first tourney. A minor success. He did pretty well. He's become a good fighter as well. And we're helping our little brother grow up, since he is our heir right now. Betrothed to an Aaron. Very important he turns out decent, and it doesn't look like he will. Hopefully Playful will turn into something good. Don't have much hope for him, though. Aside from that, I expect we'll get married in the next episode. Yeah, it's in a year. And, hopefully we can get a child soon. The Targaryen heir to the throne. That would be very nice. It's going to be our first completely impure child, I suppose you could say. Because so far we've married... Or have we married... Well, we weren't him when he married either of these wives. I don't think we ever got married as Valerion. Arion married his sister, Samela, yeah. Vakar married Galissa. Oh, he married a peasant girl. Ah, so our line is already tainted. Oh no. Aegon married a Valerion, which is a little better. And I am marrying a Smallwood, the first of the great houses to marry to House Targaryen. So that's going to be nice. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, do like and subscribe. I've been Nihilism. This has been the War of the Conquest. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.